Hello, hi. I know it's been a minute, long time no see, and I don't know how many people I've disappointed. I know I just get about 30 or 40 plays per episode that I release, and I don't know how many of those people are new and how many of those people are regulars in listening. But those of you that have disappointed by being upset for this long, I'm sorry, and I think I'm back. I don't think I'm actually back with my opinions and my anger issues and my problem and my wahala full time. So today, of course, everything I'm going to say on my podcast is opinion based. What I think is what I believe, actually. So I'm going to talk about why certain men choose certain women. In fact, why men choose women, why men choose the women they choose. First off, there are different caliber of men, and I believe different men are drawn to different women on the grounds of their needs. So let me explain something, because things happen in this life. For example, where a girl would be devastated that a man left her for somebody else. And it happens vice versa. It happens vice versa where a woman will leave a man also. But let me not go straight to the women, because these women, your issues are broad and you're like scattered. Yeah, I'll use that word, scattered. I'm not looking for a better word. I think that's the best word I can use for how female issues can be. But for the men, from my experience, from stories I've heard, from things I've seen, this reason why a man would choose a woman is because of his needs. Now, any man who is on the up, any man whose ambition is world domination. By world domination, I mean the average man should be world domination. But by world domination, I'm not talking about being the number one guy in the world, like killing Elon Musk and having his power or stuff like that. No. When I say world domination, I'm thinking about like a man who is ambitious, a man who is driven and ambitious enough, who wants to get to the top. Because any top guy wants to be the number one man in the room. You want to be the alpha in any gathering that you're in. And I don't know, I think that's how all men should think. If any man doesn't think like that, then I don't hold no reservations against them. I know men who are actually okay by being, simple in their own way. All right, not everybody is aiming for that whole drama, because it comes with a lot of drama, to be honest. But then, any man who has vision for his life up and up, there are certain things a man wants. First of all, every man has pride, all right? Every man has a certain amount of ego that is more than the average woman. And so, men, if you're going to choose a woman, they always want a woman who is going to help up their ego. So whatever a man does is so that he can have pride, he can take pride in himself. That's why men hate embarrassment more than women. A woman can take some sort of embarrassment. A woman can stay with a man who treats her like shit for a long time. And it's not about him giving her money. This whole money thing has become a big issue in relationships now, simply because we live in a country that has been made so difficult and that money has become elevated. And so money is now a big topic these days. But when the money is not even in the picture, I know it's difficult to imagine, but imagine money is not in the picture. A woman that gets treated like shit in a relationship, gets cheated on repeatedly, gets beaten, gets battered, gets disrespected, still stays in a relationship because she loves the guy. She can take all that shit and all that embarrassment because her ego is not probably as much as a man. But if a man gets a little disrespect from his wife, from his girlfriend, and cheating once from a woman is like a high level of disrespect for a man, and most of the time they don't take it at all and they leave. But for women, they stay, all right? Even if it's repeated, they still stay. The beating, they still stay. The disrespect, they still stay. So, for the man's ego, one thing a man will choose a woman for is his ego. Now, I'm talking about the average man whom I expect to be ambitious and to want to be the alpha male and the top G in his circle or in any gathering he is, whether it's with his friends or strangers. So that's why you see men going for women who are beautiful, because, of course, if you have something that's beautiful, other people want it. And what helps up your ego is status. Every man wants status. Every man wants to be, on top. So, but what helps up your ego is status. Every man wants status. So if you're a woman and you're not adding to his status, or if a man chooses you, it's probably because he sees you adding to him in that way, adding to his status. So if I'm here by myself and I'm just here, I don't have anything, people around me won't look at me with high regard. If I now have a nice car, then I've been separated, I've been elevated a little bit from the rest of the men. Now, the men without cars are a level under me in the eyes of the public, in the eyes of other women, in the eyes of other men. And then if I have a nice woman now, beside me, a beautiful girlfriend or a beautiful wife, believe you me, other men too will look at you and they will elevate you now above other men, those who don't have any stable woman and those who don't have any woman at all. And so that's like things that take you up. Now, another reason why men choose the women they choose is peace. Believe me, a man's life is chaotic. It's chaotic. It's absolutely chaotic. Alright, pardon a slight interruption in the part one. So I'm going to continue. Reason 2 why a man would choose this woman and not that woman. So remember, I'm still talking about the man on the average man what I would deem the average man. So 2, what does he need in his life at that moment? Now there are men who have priorities, and people will be drawn to people who align with their priorities, be it friends that they make of the same sex or women that they intend to be in romantic relationships with. And when I say choose, I mean it in every sense of the word. I'm not talking about really, really choosing as per who I want to spend the rest of my life with. Like, it's who they associate with at the end of the day. So, for example, a man who is on the up and is not really looking for a relationship, doesn't look for something serious or someone who like choke him or be his babe and like expect tabs on his location and stuff like that, he's going to be drawn to women who are of like mind. So, to be honest, except is a wayward. There are men who actually just have absolutely no morals whatsoever, and you see somebody who is trying to do something with her life and you choose to go and disorient that because of your dick. For example, if you're a man, high sex drive, you want to have sex with somebody or you want to have sex with people multiple times a week, and you meet a girl and she seems to be that kind of person too, you guys align and she's like, there's a way you align with somebody and you guys are going to have sex and you do it and you like it and you do it again, and that's that. All right, he align with that. You're not going to meet and say, where are you? He doesn't want that kind of person. He doesn't want that kind of responsibility on his head right now, and that's the kind of woman. That's why he chose A, who is crushing on him, because maybe 2 girls can be crushing on him, but he knows this one is a serious relationship kind of person. If I start with her now, if I sleep with her now, she's going to now start getting jealous and stuff like that, and then it's going to be, you avoid that. He avoids that, and it's not because you're not a good enough woman. It's just because that's not what he needs at the moment. So he will go with B, and not because B is a slut, but B is like what he wants at that moment, and he's not hurting her like he's sleeping with her. She understands the levels. And the truth is, I believe women have emotions everywhere. Like, if for a woman to sleep with you, she likes you romantically to an extent, but at least she's not going to bug you with it. That's the difference, and that's what men like, and that's what they choose, and that's why they choose who they choose in that respect. Thirdly, just like how women choose men for financial benefit or for benefit that can help you up the ladder, for example, for an ambitious man, he may choose either when he's single or at the expense of who he's in a relationship with to go with a woman that is going to help him advance in life, career-wise or otherwise, any other way. Men will choose a woman that is going to help them move forward. I think a lot of us have seen that movie, Acrimony. That's a perfect example of a man who made the decision, and there were 2 phases in his life. One where he was coming up and he needed support. This is why I need to be cataloging my stuff and writing them down so I can just put everything in order. Because a man can choose a woman because he needs somebody who is decent enough to stay by him and support him during his trying. So like in Acrimony, for example, that guy needed, I don't think he needed anything as much as he needed a woman beside him to support him. Not just somebody, but a woman, because he's going to now fulfill all the other needs. That peace of mind, that calm. She gave him calmness, she gave him peace of mind, she gave him support emotionally and financially. She stabilized him to go on and fulfill his dreams. So a man will choose a woman that gives him support, if that is what he needs. Sometimes men don't know they need support, but when he's around women and this is the one that is supportive, some women will be supportive to them and you see them treating them like shit, is because that is not what he needs. And sometimes men don't even know. In fact, most times men don't know what they need. All right, they know what they want, but they don't know what they need. And then they treat that one that is supporting them like shit, because support is not really what they need at the moment. It's probably money. It's probably just loads of sex. It's probably a new job, and not support alone. It's probably just money. Just they want to find. It's probably opportunities as well. If you don't come with opportunity, just supporting. Okay, your friends say if you go to America, he will give you that job. There you are now. He doesn't want that. He wants the friend that is taking him to America. He wants the person that will get him a visa. You understand that kind of thing. So you're supporting him, but some people, it's support that they need, and when they start getting that support from somebody, they get drawn to that person, and then a relationship, strong as hell, forms from there. So what else? Yeah. So moving ahead, just like in Acrimony, where he needed support, what's her name again? Taraji P. Henson, yeah? She gave him that support. And then phases in life change. But that man had a tint of ingratitude, because you can actually transform that supportive person into who, for example, who can now step you up, or you use who you step you up, but be loyal to the person who brought you to where you were, or who brought you to where you are. You understand? But some men, like in that case, he just completely abandoned her and let himself just get lost in the new person, because that's his personality, because personalities differ. So that's what he did. That's his own error, and that's why it ended the way it did. But now a man will now choose a woman who he wants, who he thinks will get him on the up. So like in that movie, she was going to advance his career. She had everything, the connection, the power to take him to where he wanted to be as an engineer, and she did that. And at the end of the day, romantically and in every other sense, he dumped the other one that gave him support when he needed support. She was still going to be supportive, but she wasn't going to provide what he needed in the next phase. And then he moved on. He moved on in a drastic way. He moved on in a harsh way, which caused the acrimony. So yeah. So men's needs are like that. They get affiliated with women who give them what they need at the moment. And the relationship is often strong when it is like that, because there are men dating women who don't really give them what they need. But since they're in a relationship where they're just going to run with it, it's only riding on love, and not what I call it, and not symbiosis, because they're both not gaining anything in between. You get? Maybe he to himself, because this is what 80% of relationships between pretty young people are about. Alright, you're giving the man sex, which I still think is an outlandish idea. Which one is giving the man sex? You're giving the man sex is giving you money, or you're giving the guy sex is giving you money. That's what the lot of people think. So that's why the bond is not so strong, and small issue, and they can just separate, because they could both get each or any of those things elsewhere. But when you know that what you're getting, you can't really get it elsewhere, you stay, regardless of those issues. And so that's one reason why a man would choose a woman. And so when you get dumped, ladies, it does not mean that you're not good enough. It just means this man is not ready for what you're offering. And maybe in the future, he'll get to that stage where that thing that is your talent or gift to offer to him, he's ready to receive. And at that moment, it just clicks. And you both are going to be like an unstoppable couple. Alright, so no matter how your relationship ends with somebody, it's either the phase has passed, or the person is ungrateful because he's got that thing and he's not even willing to help you upgrade to now fulfill the next need. Or you're just a horrible person, you might just be a horrible person and nobody likes you and you just go to hell. But I hope that's not the case with you listening to this, or whatever is your life. So that could be the case. And then women, why do women choose men? And now my attempt right now would be to answer the question that has been on the lips of every man since the dawn of humankind. And that question is, what do women want? Nobody knows, I swear to God. Even them, they don't know. That is why it's like a test. The person who is setting the test has no fucking idea how she even set the test in the first place. So she doesn't know what the answer is. And then somebody else has to figure it out. If not, you're in trouble. This life is just hard. Alright, so finally, because this is a 3-part episode, and it's a 3-part episode unintentionally, actually. I told you there was an interruption that made me stop the first one, and then I got my feelings in the second one and took a break, and then now I'm willing to end it. So in conclusion, yeah, I think this is just basically an encouragement to women who get dumped. It's not always your fault. And even when it seems like it's your fault, there's not really a lot you can do about it. That's why there's always a one for you, a person for you. You get, so it aligns eventually. Patience is a virtue, but I think the life now, a lot of people are impatient, including myself. Well, I think my own impatience is temper wise. I'm not impatient with life. I'm not impatient with opportunities or outcomes or results. I think if I put something in, I expect it to take some time, the time that it's supposed to take, and then expect results in due time. But many people are like impatient in everything. And that's why you stay in bad relationships, and that's why you do stuff that are illegal, you do stuff that are bad to earn money and to get yourself in positions where if you just stay grinding or just stay level, you'd get to those positions. So see me advising women, what the fuck do I know? But I mean, I have to have my opinion somehow. I think this is a hobby, so if you enjoy my hobby, then I really appreciate you, because you're really giving me some push and motivation. And I'm going to say what the fuck I like, because it's my fucking podcast. So I really hope that you did get something from this. I hope I wasn't just blabbing throughout. And yeah, this is the Good Living Podcast once again. A lot of you might have, my social media is everywhere. Yeah, this link is on my social media, and you have my WhatsApp. So whatever topic you think I should talk about next, please feel free to let me know. You can also email us anonymously. Email me anonymously. I'm not saying this is not a business where have multiple people. There's no behind the scenes person. There's no mixer or sound engineer. It's just me and my phone. So is it the goodlivingpodcast@gmail.com or goodlivingpodcast@gmail? I'm so sorry. Fuck. It's been so long. I think it's goodlivingpodcast@gmail.com. That's the email, so you can mail it anonymously. Your issues, you can address those, and then whatever topic we need to discuss, I can trash that out for you as well. So thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate the love before and whatever love I'm going to get in this comeback. Thank you very much, and have a good one. See you next time, which I hope is soon.